Now look, when I seen this for the first time, I originally thought that should have been a foul call. And I was checking comments on videos that I was watching on this block, and they were basically saying the same thing. Now, first things first, Jason Kidd, man, he knows what he's doing. I know an instigator when I see one. So Jason Kidd's plan basically goes like this. His plan is to either inflate Jaylen Brown's ego or to hurt Jason Tatum's. Or maybe kill two birds with one stone and do both, causing infighting in the locker room and the complete destruction of the Boston Celtics. Genius. But I'm not gonna lie though, Jason Kidd might have been onto something, bruh. Because Jason Tatum might be the first person ever to be the third or fourth option on his own team. Because if this continues for 2 more games and they win, oh, he can forget about that finals MVP award. That's out of reach. He had 18 points, going 6 for 22, shooting 27%. Make no mistake, he was carried in this game by Jaylen Brown, by Jrue Holiday, and by Derek White. But here's the thing, you have to give credit where credit is due. Because although he's had a bad shooting night, he also had 12 assists and 9 rebounds, contributing in other ways, which is a big factor in team success. And a lot of those 18 points came when it really mattered. And the defense that was played on Kyrie by the end of the game was clutch. If he can just have a better shooting night, the Mavs will be in trouble. Man, I and many others were really dead wrong about this Celtics team. I originally thought the Mavs would be up 2-0 or this series will be tied 1-1 by now. I don't know if the Mavs were expecting this either. Speaking of the Mavs, let's talk about them because for the past 2 games, let's be real, it has been Luka versus the Boston Celtics. Well, you see, Jason Kidd is trying to provide the help he needs with his instigating, but he can only do so much. And going by the Celtics' responses to that, it looks like they know his tricks and they know what he's doing. You know what? Jason Kidd just might have to turn back the clock to 2011 and suit up, bruh. Coaching and playing at the same time, providing at both ends of the floor. Make it happen. Because right now, at this point, Luka needs it. He put up a 32-point triple-double. Basically put it on a masterclass. And the thing about this scoring performance from Luka, it's not really the scoring itself, but his playmaking. The passes was a work of art. It was like something out of Picasso. Luka at that point was not even getting help. He was just creating his own. The Celtics in many points of the game was doubling him too. It was crazy. Now let's talk about Kyrie. And when it comes to Kyrie, I only have one question to ask. Do you think maybe the boos of the Celtics fans are maybe affecting his play out there? Because these past 2 games, he has not been himself. In this game, he had 16 points, going 7 for 18, and not one 3-point shot made. All in the span of 41 minutes. Saying that he's struggling is an understatement. Right now, make no mistake, it's not Kyrie versus the Boston Celtics. It's Kyrie versus the fans. Outside from that, the defense played on Kyrie was elite. Jrue Holiday was tracking Kyrie down. This man defends like rent is due. I was calling and yelling at the TV for them to set a screen because nothing good can come from this guy defending one-on-one. Derek White, Jason Tatum, and Jaylen Brown played great defense as well. The Boston Celtics defense, I think, is underrated for some reason. But defense ain't the only thing Jrue Holiday played, having 26 points in this game. What were they smoking in the Bucks front office? I need to know. Cause ain't no way you let a guy like this go. Ain't no way. Even though he's not a definitive first option on a team, or it may not even be the second, he's like the glue that holds the team together. Anything you want him to do, he got it. He's like a guy who can give you any type of tool from a toolbox. He said it himself at the end of the game, he's a utility player. and he looked like the best player on the team in game 2. Jaylen Brown did great as well, scoring 21 points, providing at both ends of the floor. Now, here's the thing about the Boston Celtics. Their play style to me is very hit and miss because if they're on, you're going to get what you got in game 1. But if it's an off night, they are cooked. And unless you're the 2015 to 2019 Warriors, that 3 or bust mentality is just not sustainable to me. I mean, ask the 2018 Houston Rockets how that went. And in this game, they had a bad shooting night, going about 10 for like 40 from 3-point range. And in the first half, it was looking bad for them as Luka was on fire. But I noticed as Luka started slowing down in the second half, that Boston Celtics started to switch their approach. So instead of going for threes, they started driving to the basket more, creating higher percentage shots. And then when the threes actually started to fall for a little bit, it meant so much more. I truly believe that is what won them the game. I want to talk about that clutch block in the end, because part of me thinks that's a foul. I do think PJ Washington should have gotten free throws for that. And one more thing, this is about Kyrie Irving. Kyrie gotta fight back or something. The fans right now are punking him. The next 2 games are going to be good for him since he's going to be back home in Dallas. He gets a break from all that, but the moment he comes back to the Garden, yeah, we're going to have to recreate this moment. There is no other way. Either that or we're going to have to bring back Game 7 2016 Finals Kyrie. Because make no mistake, if the Mavs lose this Finals, it's going to look bad on Kyrie Irving. But yeah, hopefully the Mavs can come back and make this a good Finals. But yeah, that's all I got. See you for Game 3 and peace.
Curry. $2 going up for the layup. Oh, blocked by James.